doesn't like the clitoris joke. She's never liked that. She's not used that word. She would take that out.
Oh, I'd definitely take that out. And maybe about the dungarees as well, but I don't know, I just don't know. But you see, people don't listen with the clitoris jokes, they all just say, oh my God. Maybe as a teenager I didn't know I had a clitoris. But they listened to Steve Coogan straight away when they said how God could allow such a lovemaking nice to be classed as a mortal sin. That's what he was trying to, they were trying to show off that. I didn't say that, Tom.
Is there anything you'd put in, is what he asked you?
I would sort of let people know that how sad it was, that he was so sad that he died thinking I had abandoned him. I always think of that. He thought I'd abandoned him in 2 weeks. And he tried so desperately to find me, you know. And I'm trying to find him at the same time. Oh, you know, this is so sad. But that doesn't come out so much in the film. But I did really try, and he tried to find me. And we missed one another, and that was it, you know. So I'd like that to be in the film a bit. But the rest of the film is fine, you know, everything. And the little snapshots at the end. There was one there was a real little boy. He was walking in the grounds before he was taken away, you know.
Yeah.
That was that. So, but as I say, that's the one thing that always hurts me. I still think about it, that he thought I had abandoned him. To think I tried all my life to find him, you know. I would like that to be, you know, in the film. But apart from that, the rest of the film is all the stories true. One or two things.
They tell it pretty well.
They do indeed. They do. They did made a very good job of it, really, you know. So.
No, the film was absolutely flawless, I thought. And that's very rare, as you know, and it'll definitely be up for awards, I'm sure.
Read the book.
God, it really stunned me now. I don't know what to say.
He said he would make it more my story than Anthony's story, because when the book was written, I didn't even know in the beginning that it was going to be a book, let alone a film. My goodness, I couldn't believe it. That's why I said I didn't really want it to be broadcast. And then I decided yes, and then, as I say, what happened after we just, then Steve Coogan read the book, and he was set to tears about it, and that's true, he said, it was, when he read the book, and he saw me smiling on a photograph with Martin, and he said how I could smile after all that tragedy, but I mean, it's a long, long time ago, and you can't go through life being unforgiving, really, you know, you just...
It intrigued him, and he was touched by the story, which is why he got in touch about making a film about it.
Well, he seemed, obviously, he was painted as quite arrogant at the beginning.
Oh yes, yeah.
But he certainly softened, and even... Yes. Was that all true about him being angry and being more angry than you?
Martin, who wrote the book.
Yeah.
Martin wasn't Martin is a ex-BBC journalist.
Oh, I know, yeah.
He wasn't particularly angry at all. He took a lot of the anger that I had and things I told him, or Steve Coogan took that anger and put it into the character of Martin. Yeah. Martin wasn't particularly angry, no, in reality.
No, but Steve, you were a lot angry in the beginning when I told her about it. She was so angry. She said I couldn't be as forgiving as your mum, but I said, well, you know, that's how it goes. And when he read the book, then he said he wants to be more my story than actually Anthony's, because I only knew the beginning of the book and the end of the book, but I never knew anything about the middle of the book because I didn't know Anthony's story, you see. It was only when Jane tried for 18 months. Once I told her, she was straight on the everybody and anybody, adoption Ireland, adoption America, adoption here, adoption, and she keeps sending round in circles and circles. And then our friend went to a party one night, and she knew Martin and his wife, and she said, like she said in the film, I've got a friend who's got a very good story, would you be interested? And he said, no, not really, I'm a journalist and I don't do human interest story. But then he changed his mind when he got home to his wife, because it was at that time he was having a problem with the government, you know, and he was, that was it. So he started then, he said he would be interested in the story. So it took 6 years, he researched it for 6 years. But then he went into the other side of the Catholic Church. I mean, I was only a teenager at the time. I didn't know anything about the Catholic Church and babies being sold and anything. I never knew anything about that until years later. Well, I didn't actually even know half of it until Martin wrote the book. But he did research. He went to Ireland, he went to America, he went all over the place. He actually did research it very well. So,
it's just a question about when Philomena decided to let the whole story come out. When there was a reluctance at first, and then she decided to let it go out. And it's the process she went through, I think, is the question.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Once the book was written, I read the book, and some of the things I didn't agree too much with, but the book was very good, and I found out all about Anthony, and that helped me in no end. But then I thought, oh, there's so many, because when you went into the homes in Ireland, you had to lose your identity. I couldn't use the name Philomena Lee. I was known as Marcella. So a lot of the women now at the moment were ringing up and saying, did I know their mother? Did I know, people that were there, women that were there with me? But I wouldn't have known them because we all had to take a different name. So you didn't know anything about anyone, and you weren't allowed to discuss about your families or anything like that. So, and we never did because of the shame of it anyway. It was an awful shame in those days to have a baby outside of wedlock. It was really awful, maybe here in England as well, I don't know. But anyway, as I say, and then I just said, I think maybe will help a lot of other women like myself, that maybe they'll be able to trace. And I was so very lucky the way it all happened for me in the end. Never ever thought how it did happen. Jane's friend going to a party one night, and then meeting Martin, and there it started.
Theatre, enjoying the champagne. Let's give her a big hand, please. Philomena Lee.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very, very much indeed. And I hope you have enjoyed it anyway. Thank you. I really do thank you all very much.
Very nice.
And thank you all for your hospitality. Thank you for your hospitality, James. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, you're up.
May I walk with you?